Okay, so something I see that's going on is, obviously we all see the huge amount of remakes, nothing new getting made, constantly shitty too, just really shitty remakes of old movies. We're going back in time as far as a society. Like some of these kids I see out, man, like that those years they were cooped up. Not only did they not get older, but it's like they regress. Like they went back like 3 years or something as far as their development. So now you have some people who are like 6 years younger mentally than they should be, trapped in an adult's body. But another thing that might not be as obvious is something called cottage core, and just this whole push for women to get husbands and be stay-at-home moms and be barefoot in the kitchen, homemade bread and all this shit, as if that was the ideal situation, the ideal time period. Which it was for Nyarlathotep. It was for the bitch running things now. When he was able to just sleep, he's probably exhausted, probably wants to go back to sleep. Okay. And that was a time period. It's her dreams. These are Anastasia Berthier's dreams. Okay, those are all her avatars that are ruling every nation of every country. When the ruler of every nation of every country was supposed to be Jesus Christ. But that was too good for you people. And so, now here we are with this garbage. And this bitch trying to hop in his Delorean and go back to a simpler time. Go back to a time where Arya wasn't out ravaging you in the underworld. A time when you were running the underworld and were able to just sleep peacefully. Your dreams would become reality. And shit just wasn't that real. Shit was just, there was no threat to you. Now that there's this threat out here looming, this antichrist, you're freaking out. And so this is what we get in the algorithm and just in media in general, since you run all this shit. This deep lust for days of yore. With the cottages, with the kneading of the bread, and the rising of the yeast. And I'm not saying that's not, but I mean, we've come a long way since then. No, we haven't. Because we're just going to keep remaking shit and just not move forward. You can't move forward. You're not creative. We already know this. Okay? You can try to act like you're creative, but you're not creative. And since you're in charge, everybody gets to suffer now from your uncreativeness. Which was fine back then in simpler times. Things are too sophisticated for you now. You're not that sophisticated. You're not on that high of a level. You just want us to all get along and sing Kumbaya, and you'll be the leader of all of us, holding hands across the planet. and doing that. That's your, that's your dream. Believe it or not. That's why he does all this crazy stuff. So, anyways, yeah, I just want to throw that out there real quick. I mean, I know nobody's listening to me anymore. Really, this is just, I'm just telling Nyarlathotep, I'm just throwing this in his face. I know he's watching. Okay, if nobody else is watching, they're watching. So I'm gonna throw this shit in his face, and yeah, um, just let him just sit on that, and just let him know that I know what's going on. Okay, I know how you're trying to socially engineer us. I get it. Okay, these are the. I should probably look up publishers. Who are all the main publishers? Like people who, give books the okay and shit like that. Because it's probably this bitch. I know he runs every museum. So if you bring him like some bones of a giant or something, he's not gonna put him up. He's gonna say that's a farce. Um, but yeah, as far as books too. Anywho, I'm done rambling. See y'all, or you, or see nobody. See myself.